What's good, y'all? We back at it again with another episode of We Gotta Do Better. I'm here with my boy.
Peace. My name is Deshaun. I'm here from the Striking Gems podcast.
We met at our job. We both are teachers, and I thought that was really the perfect conversation to have. And like why, and to just talk about why it's so important having young black men as teachers.
Right.
Like how so critical that is. And you know what's funny? Like, not even playing. This is hilarious. Like today, this is one thing that's so big. Like, I don't know if they can see it. A student gave it to me early in the morning. And, you know, it say like, "Oh, I love Mr. Harvey." It got the initial, then it got me, Harvey, H, and a heart. Like this right here, like this is why being like being a teacher is so important. We basically father figures.
That's true.
And with that one in particularly, she done told me multiple times, "Mr. Harvey, I don't got a dad."
Right.
And you know, my response is always the same, like, "Oh, like that's okay. Like, it's a right to not have a father. Every family looks different. Like, don't be ashamed of that."
Right.
And I can see like the twinkle in her eyes like all the time when she like when she looks at me, when she's always talking to me. And sometimes she even like slip up and be like, "Oh, dad," and I'll be like, "Oh no, I ain't your dad."
Right.
But that's I think that's the significance, and that's also the importance, is because we are father figures in our classroom.
That's a fact.
We fathers to 30 kids at a time.
Kids.
I got
You
right
got
now.
more than me.
I got 150. I got 150 students. That's my responsibility. That look up to me as a father. That people that they want to be like Mr. Britt.
Right.
I go in your classroom.
My kids, they go crazy. They
Mr.
see
Britt,
me in the
Mr.
morning.
Britt, Mr. Britt, yo, you cool?
I feel like a celebrity in my class.
But again, you a father figure, and that's I think that's really impactful, and why it's so important for young black men. Not even young black men, but just men in general, to be in the classroom environment, to be teachers, because you give kids that don't have like that feeling of security, that like you affirm their belief that I belong in the world.
Exactly.
If they don't have a father, like one of my students that don't have a father.
And then in your classroom, it's like you creating a safe haven for your students. So like they see you, you young, you black, but they know, like you said, like you there to protect them, you there to mold them, and you never there to tell them the wrong things, or they'll never be able to sway in the wrong direction because you're there to actually help them and guide them.
Yeah.
Like one of my kids, you know what I mean, similar to your story, she told me all the time, "Mr. Brick, can't be my father, can't be your second daughter."
It's hilarious.
I said, "Of course not, but you could be my best so-and-so."
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? You know, I love all of y'all. But then that just goes to, like, you know, when we was growing up, I honestly never had no black teacher until I was in middle school. And the black men teachers I had in middle school was either like in the main office, or one of them was an architect teacher / basketball coach. And he was just
ding 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 ding.
He was just cool. I had a black principal, a dude, but he was a little he was alright. But but you just see though, like black men in educational role, they just show you like, yo, that could be me one day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How
like
important
we don't
that
see
is.
all these things in our neighborhood. So seeing a black man teaching me something, pretty dope, bro. So
And like us, like I didn't really have a black teacher. If there was black teachers, it was the gym teacher.
Right.
That was it. So again, we automatically pair up like being a black man with being a gym teacher, or being a black man with being a coach.
That's a fact.
We don't necessarily attach being a black man in education with being a homeroom teacher. Like you actually in there.
That's a fact.
And that was me too. I taught kindergarten.
You got moved a million times.
I'm like, think of that, bro. I'm teaching kindergarten. That's like the most like malleable mind there is.
That's the impressionable stage.
This is the time where I'm really getting them their first look at just what it is to have a figure that cares about them, that's nurturing. There's like a responsibility you got. You know what I'm saying? Running your own classroom is a different type of responsibility, a different type of power, a different type of swag you got when you walk in a room. Like, I control the weather in my classroom.
Exactly.
How my kids learn is I'm responsible for that, and I'm gonna own that, and I care that much. I'm so invested that somebody literally let me teach their children. Like someone is literally every morning they giving away a piece of their heart, and they entrusting it with me.
Right.
And I'm supposed to take that and foster it and grow that. And I think, and I'm like, wow, like that's how important it is for us. But again, just for representation purposes, like it's really important for kids that look like us. Like
Right.
we teach in the South Bronx. We only teaching black kids and the black and Latino kids in impoverished neighborhood.
Right.
It's hard when you don't see that at your home.
That's a fact.
Kids talk way too much and they share way too much. And sometimes when I say certain things, I gotta watch what I say around them because I'm like, oh, who's picking you up, your mom or your dad? I gotta remember not to say certain things because then immediately they're open book. My dad left. My dad in jail.
Oh my God.
Trigger point. Oh. I'm trying to mend it now. I'm like, oh, like you still got your mom though. Your mom love you. I always gotta make sure I tag that in there. Like
then they might hit you with my mom not around neither.
And then you just. But look, at the end of the day, I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? Right. That I always, and again, that's why I love being in the state that we in. That we can be that for them. We can be that rock for them. And no matter what situation is, like we can be that support system. And I'm trying to reaffirm them, like, yo, I got you. If nobody else got you, I got you.
Right.
If nobody else care about you, I care about you. Because they bring all the baggage and all that from home, and they come to our classroom.
But then this the thing too, right? Like I feel like the thing I like most about being a teacher, like you said we control the weather in our classroom.
Yeah.
So that means also we got to pull out all the storms and all the fires in our classroom as well too. So being that the kids is gonna come in with all that extra baggage, we got to be the ones to really let them know, like, yo, it's okay to be emotional, express how you feel. Mind you, these 5-6 year olds.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but personally, growing up, I didn't bring my emotions to school. I never did that. This is a different generation of kids. Them kids is crying for God knows what. They emotional. They
feeling real things.
They feeling like they feel everything. Yeah. They just went through a pandemic, so it's like the pain they going through. They
5-year-old having masks on. That's unheard of.
They can't really hug their friends. Supposedly, I'm not gonna lie. It's hard. Yo, them kids, they give you a big hug
my
every
kids
single day.
Me all the time.
Our fist bump get fives. We do dance. Like it's crazy what we do. Like, but I'm only saying that because it's like, we hand sanitize after that, y'all. Just let y'all know.
We do protocol.
Swipes. Yeah, we do all that.
Masks is on.
But it's like kids, they gonna want to hug you because, listen,
they want to connect with you. They want to connect.
They hug
me. That's
me
too.
Mr. Britt, you smell so good. I'm like, nah. So here go me. Now I got that fire on. That's why y'all don't even know about this. It's just. But I just talk to them like my kid. They understand everything I'm saying, and they're really like, I don't get you. I'm just 6 years old. I don't know what you talking about. But then I gotta break it down because even though they 6 years old, 5 years old, I be forgetting sometimes. Like even though this is a little person, I'm looking at this as a little human being, little me.
They smart.
They so smart, but they still a kid at the end of the day. But it's like you said though, these people leaving me with a little piece of their heart every single day. I have to do right. That's my job. I had a kid. I got 2 kids at home, so it's like. I treat my 26 kids like I treat my 2 kids at home. I wouldn't expect nothing less. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big responsibility. And parents hold me at high expectations. So now I just I got to live by it.
Yeah. Everybody have bad days.
Right.
But no matter what, as soon as I get in front of the kids, like there's a smile on my face. Yeah, I can't even be mad when I'm in front of a room full of just kids that are just freely living, chatting, talking with their friends. I don't want to say naive, but they so free spirited. Mm-hmm. You can't even be mad in a room of 30 just balls of happiness. Even if the emotion is just that's pure love, pure, and you know what I'm saying? Every time I'm in front of them, no matter how I'm feeling, gotta turn it on. Boom. Class. You can see it in their eyes when their eyes open up and they're like, oh, Mr. Harvey, let me oh, Mr. Brett, let me let me get his approval, let me do good. I want to do good. And the fact that we get to get them excited about learning and we still bring our full selves, I think that's a beautiful thing.
I do too.
I just think that's
even this month particularly, learning about Black History Month. I had a student, she totally surprised me. I recorded her going on a 6-minute rant by herself. I did not stop her. She told the whole class about segregation, about racism, she was telling everybody why it's not right that white people did this, why white people did that. Then I had another student over here. She was like, I have a question on Mr. Britt, because I don't understand. She said, why did they change their mind? So, why is it different now?
I'm crying.
And I'm like, oh, because A, B, C. She said, oh, Martin Luther King, I heard about him. Then I got another kid in the back talking about, Well, I learned about some lady who sat on the bus. She didn't want to get up.
Some Rosa
Police
Parks.
got locked. So the police, they took her to jail. It's like they know a little bit of it. They don't know everything.
They don't know the whole full scale.
But just them saying that to me, I was up there in awe. Like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, yo, you 6 and 7, you know this. I don't remember how smart I was or if I was smart when I was 6. I think my intelligence supposedly came when I was like 5th grade, to be honest. But these kids are tapped in to a whole different vibration. Like, I don't understand like what they was fed when they was younger. I don't know, but they are very, like, they've been here before. Honestly, they too smart.
We didn't remember exactly what our kindergarten teachers was teaching us, first grade teaching. I can't even, and we say this all the time, like, the kids are not gonna remember like what we taught them, but they're gonna remember how we made them feel.
That's a fact.
And that's every time they think of us, they connect us with the idea of what it is to be a black man or to have a father. That's what they connecting it with. They connecting us with excellence. They connecting us with, when I was younger, I had a really good, strong male teacher.
Right. And
I wanted to be like him. You know how many kids saying that they want to be like Mr. Harvey? And I'm like, cool, me, I ain't nobody. I'm 24 years old.
I'm like, for what?
But to them, we are that standard.
That's true.
And again, that's the power that we have. And I seen a stat. I'm gonna have to link the stat. I'm gonna have to link the stat in like a bio from wherever I'm quoting it from. But the stat was saying that like minority kids in like low income areas are like 40% more likely to either go to college or graduate from college if they had a black male teacher within the time frame of like 3rd grade to 5th grade.
That's crazy.
If you had a black male teacher, but from the time you was in 3rd grade to 5th grade, you were 40% more likely to go to college or graduate from college. I'm gonna have to check the stat. But to me, right there, what do you think about that stat? That's what?
I honestly don't even know what to say to that. And I want to see like if there's really some validity in that. Like, I don't like. It sounds accurate though, but it's like, damn. Like, when you really think about that,
look at how you just said, like they real malleable and this time right here.
Yeah, like that's crazy though.
And you telling me that if there was a black teacher that teaches 3rd to 5th grade in that time frame, that somehow by having them, they're having that presence around you, that they're more likely to go further with the education. And I think that is true, is because now you really start to, you actually, when you have the mind of your own, you have, you start building autonomy. You like, yo, I want to be like that. I know what I can be. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, you know what? Nah, I could. If Mr. Brick could do it, I could do it too. You know exactly. They're not just seeing
themselves. They start comparing themselves to you because it's like, yo, like you said, if he could do it, I could do it. Yeah. And that's totally true. You know what I'm saying? And they not used to seeing people like you in their environment. They used to seeing like the regular Joe Smos. Not even to say that, but like a better words. But it's like then they see you, and it's the thing too, right? I'm not trying to come at anybody else, but black people, we got that swag. You know what I mean? We got that's honestly that's number one. Number one, we got to way with our words. Number two, we got to way with words. Then number three, like we actually give a damn, and we actually come from the same neighborhoods, communities that these kids come from. So it's like we understand what they're missing. We understand what they need. We understand what they like. We understand that mom is not home because she working so much. We understand that dad may not be here, but they got an uncle that fills in. And you know what I'm saying? That's not the story for every single kid, obviously. Yeah. But it's like we just trying to provide them with something. We trying to fill that void of something that they're missing. And then it's amazing when the parents actually on the same page as us. That makes our job so much easier because then the kids start to understand, like, yo, this is a team. Like, this ship does not sail unless my parents and my teachers on board. If one of them is not on board, it's a chance I could sink. Both of them is on board, I know I'm going to sail. Yeah. So, like, that's the best part about being a teacher for me. One of the other best parts is, like, having parents on board that's locked in and invested in their child's education. That's a blessing.
You literally said that so perfectly. I don't even know how I can even add on to that point because that was, like, spot on. Right. Like, another thing that I was just thinking about, I don't want to make it about race, but, like, Think about like the subconscious thought of a child that their teacher is they connect the thought of being a teacher with a white lady.
That's true. That's
Like,
true.
you go through year and year and year and year. So let's just say third grade, which is like the impressionable year, third grade to fifth grade, all the way up to high school. Majority of your teachers they don't look like you.
That's true.
You start to pick up like, oh, education clearly not that important, because the people that look like me,
They're not here.
again, this is where media come from. They in the streets. They doing
Yep.
this. They playing basketball. That's people that look like me. They don't teach. If I'm a young boy, I don't know anybody that look like me being a teacher in education. Nah, I'm gonna play ball.
Exactly. That's the easy way out in your head.
I'm gonna do because I don't have no one that's from the same struggle that knows exactly what to say at the right moment that I need it. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do.
Right.
But again, because we experience what our kids are experiencing, we have the advantage to shift the perspective at a pivotal moment for them.
Right.
As you get older, this is only as you get older, because our 5-year-old, they don't see race.
Right. At all.
They don't see race at all.
Mm.
They see they see it, but they don't care. They're like,
yeah, they don't care.
I love Miss so and so. I don't
Yeah,
say
yeah.
nobody else's name. You know what I'm saying? And the love is still the same love
That's
that
a
we're
fact.
getting as people, but it's just along the way when you start to notice, like, if that's just a pattern,
Right.
Because that's what I was used to. A lot of times it was just white ladies.
Yep.
Obviously, I did have black women also, but it was just like, I see a pattern. All right, like, it's kind of consistent. Like, okay, you're a woman being a teacher, or you're mostly a white woman coming into my area trying to tell me how I'm supposed to.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? I live in Queens, so teachers from Long Island coming.
Right.
You don't even know what I'm talking about. You don't even know where I come from,
Connecticut.
and you trying to guide me. Like, if we had black teachers and black men, I think that it'll shift it a little bit.
I think so too, because it's just that connection. Like you just said, like no person that's not from where I'm from can honestly tell me I'm not doing, like, you're not doing this because you're lazy, or you're not doing this because you lack the resources. It's like, if you don't come from where I come from, you don't understand that my mom got 4 kids.
Yeah.
It's hard for her to really pay attention to me when she got a 2-year-old, and she got to pay attention to him.
Yeah.
And she got a 8-year-old and make sure he do right. So it's like, yeah, the kids is her fault and all that stuff, but you expect her to really be able to do A, B, and C. And it's like, as a parent, I think obviously you should be able to do A, B, and C, but it's like, I understand the struggle too. But then a lot of people that's in positions of authority in the school, they don't understand that, because they don't have children, or either they don't come from where we come from. And it's not at the school programs that's out here really helping kids with their homework.
It's not. No.
It's not like, again, it's not PAL out here that's really actively doing things with these kids. So it's like, this kid's missing homework, missing school and all that, because she don't have what she should have, you know what I'm saying, at home. But if a male teacher is around, I think he's going to help that kid do homework, finish it in school, so take that extra burden off the mom, probably.
Yeah.
Like, and then that go back too to, like, black women teacher. They give that nurturing that these kids need.
The
I'm not gonna front.
familiarity.
We give them nurturing too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
They do.
they need both of us to be 100% honest. Like, but yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know.
What do you think? What are you thinking about? Like, because why there's such a disconnect? Is there like a stigma of, bro, black men don't teach? Like, that's just a thing, and I feel like there might be like that's a woman.
so.
You know, like the thought of it's just a woman's job.
Woman dominated field.
It is.
It is because
We are
as you can see,
I was told I was a unicorn
yeah, it's only
to my face. Like, I was like, what?
me,
Like, you're a unicorn.
You and Trav, we the only black men teachers in that building, and honestly, I don't care. And
Okay.
like, I feel great standing out. The kids honestly think me and Trav is twins because we black,
Facts.
same height. One kid said Mr. Britt fat, Trav skinny.
That's the inside
But
joke.
bro, if you had a short haircut like we do, you would have been a part of that too.
That's funny.
They think all
I'm just known as
black teachers look the same.
I'm just known as that the kid, the guy that's always giving pounds or jumping around.
That's it. But it's like for me, I think the stigma comes from, like you said, it's a woman dominated field.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I'm not sure if we necessarily think we're able to do the job.
I think you're onto something.
I think
that we
that's
don't
what
think
it
we're
is.
capable.
I became a teacher, you know what I'm saying, for 2 reasons. One, to be honest, I felt like I know I could do this, so I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get this job. That's one.
I'm crying.
But
that's how I was feeling too.
But they go hand in hand.
Yeah,
Two, I just wanted to be that person for the kids that I wish I had growing up, and I'm doing that. So it's like my thing is this, right? I came in here not even knowing what I could do for these children. I knew what I could do for my children, but it's like, what can I do for someone else's 36, 35 children? I honestly didn't think I could do nothing.
Yeah.
But as the months start progressing, I start seeing growth in my students. I start seeing that, oh, this kid actually cares about me. Let me talk to this kid this way so I can help him or her get to the next level. Yeah. Or let me talk to this parent. Let me connect to this parent, and we going to come up with a game plan so the kid could be great. Yeah. So then I start seeing the things I could do. I see test scores.
What you can really do.
Yeah, I see test scores improving.
You start to, I see
behavior improving. I see parents who was actually giving me kickback. You know what I'm saying? One of my students left the school. Me and his mom used to go at it all the time. Not go at it, but I think she started to feel like I was coming at her kid. But I told her from the jump, like, I love your son. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to help your son because, he's doing A, B, and C. He's wilding in my class. He's so smart. And I'm trying to tell you before they tell you, before they start labeling your son, before they try to get him out of here, before they try to suspend him or kick him out. Yeah. I'm telling you before they reach out. But then when it gets to the point where you're not helping me, I got to let them know. So then now you feel like we attack you. But long story short, she ended up taking her son out of the school. Yeah. I ended up seeing her 2 days ago. She ended up saying, I'm not going to lie, Mr. Britt, you was great with my son. In this school, they doing this. But when you was over there, you was doing this.
And they can see.
I wish it was a combination too. Like if you could be over here and do what you're doing over here, and I could just have you like this. She basically told me that made me feel good. I kept smearing some of her messages, you know what I'm saying? She let me know, like, me saying this and that is not trying to denote your teaching abilities. Yeah. I'm just a mother, and I'm caring about my son and making sure you doing everything you should do, and I'm making sure I'm doing everything I could do. Facts. So that's that connection I like with my parents. Even though she was so direct with me, I'm not going to say I was intimidated, but I was a little bit because it's my first year teaching, and this sound like a lady who clearly knows what she know. And it's like, damn, like she going hard, but she only doing that because that's her baby at the end of the day. Course, and she black, and she know he black. So it's like, if I don't do this now, it's a chance my son could be effed up in the system potentially. Yep. So I got to make sure I nip this in the bud now. So I appreciate her deeply because she helped me understand, like, yo, I am good at what I'm doing, but I could improve here. But then when I saw her again, she gave me that.
Like, yo, you were right.
She gave me that. Yeah, she respected me. And I respected her for admitting that, too. You know what I'm saying? It felt good. So
and now you know that.
I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing is right. And I know I'm trying my hardest. You know what I'm saying? So that made me understand that I'm needed in this field. And I'm not a guy
and more men like you, more men like me, more men like people that we know are needed, that are capable.
Exactly.
But right now, they're like, nah, that's not the lane. Like, I'm too cool for that. I gotta get a real, I gotta get a real manly job or whatever. Like, this is more of a call to action. Like if you feel like this is really something that you can do, if everybody will always do want to inspire. Everybody in their heart, they do want to inspire. They do want to teach. They do want to, pour back into them. This is definitely the perfect career path for you if that's something that you really want to do.
Right.
And I think that if we could get men to understand that, especially black men, to just understand that, like, yo, this could be a lane to where you can use like the gifts you have, and you can still bring your own uniqueness and impact the world.
Sure.
I don't even want to speak more on that. I think this was a perfect conversation. We could probably nip this in the bud real like that.
I agree.
It's another episode that we got to do better. Yo, if you would listen to another episode, make sure you go subscribe. If you wouldn't, just hit a like at the, on the way out. Yep. But make sure you go follow.
Tap in Deshaun Striking Gems podcast. Instagram, same thing. YouTube, same thing. Like he said, if you don't like it, at least leave a like. Just tell a friend.
We got to do better. I'll holler at y'all next episode.
Peace.
You dig.